Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Los Gallitos Podcast. Today we're speaking to you from the training facility of El Soyate here at Hacienda Santa Cruz del Valle in Guadalajara, Mexico. I am Pacho de Luna, and I'm here with three-time champion, Charro completo, Kiki Jimenez. How are you doing today?
Hi, nice to be here with you.
Well, we appreciate it. We know you're a very busy guy. I know this is kind of just started the season and you guys are getting really busy. But we just wanted to talk to you guys about being a professional athlete. Can you tell the audience where you're from, how old you are, who is Kiki Jimenez?
Since the beginning, right?
From the beginning.
Okay, my name is Enrique Miguel Jimenez Martinez. I'm from Mexico City. I live now here in Guadalajara because of the sport. Charrería, the most professional stuff of all the charrería is here in Guadalajara. If you want to be a professional guy in this, if you want to do it great, you need to be here. It's really difficult because if you are in another place, you can't do things like train every day because you need to be traveling to your home, then to the charreada, so it's too difficult. So I'm from Mexico. I live now here, but since I was very young, since I remember, I'm with horses. I'm in charrería, and I love this. Since I was very young, I entered to the charreadas. They are called the nacionalitos. There are like competitions for children, and I'm a champion since that time.
Oh, that's amazing. So one could say you were born into this life.
Yeah.
Your life as a champion now, as a professional, is, one would say you were born into it. It was something you had to do. It was something that was just you.
Yeah, it's because of my family, my brother, my mother, my father, all are in this sport.
Could you see yourself doing another sport if Kiki Jimenez, you do this professionally? Let's just say you couldn't do, what else would you do? Or what else? Fireman, doctor, engineer?
Well, I have think that several times, but when I was a kid, I want to be a professional football player.
Nice.
But I love so much the horses, so my life is this. My life is the horses. This is a style of life. It's not only the sport. I live because of that, because of this, because I love this sport. I love the horses. I mean, I can think doing like team roping or something like that, but charrería is amazing. It's my life.
Yeah, that's where I find it, interesting to me, because you say it's a sport, it's something you're good at, you love it, but how do you maintain to be like such a professional? Like when I ride horses, but I'm nowhere as good. You've seen me ride, I'm nowhere as good as you, but how do you keep the mentality of having to be number one, having to be best, having to train every day? You traveled last year for I think like 20-something days in Europe. But you were telling me when I was talking to you, you were still working out, training there. Like, how does Kiki Jimenez stay focused and train? Is one question, and then how do you turn it off to enjoy time with your wife or enjoy your time with your mother and your brother? Like, explain those two things for me. How do you stay focused, and then how do you turn it off?
Yes, it's a little bit difficult because of the time, because of the professionalism. You need to be here in the lienzo. I mean, the most of the time you can, because there's always things to do with the horses, with the mares that we use to, the manganas and piales. There's always things to do to fix a montura, a freno of a horse. It's difficult, but you need to search the time to look the time you can enjoy your family, in this case, my wife, my mother, my brother, my friends, because you can't always be doing only the sports, because you can't. You can't with your mind. You make like an explosion. You know? So I think that the thing that I do is like when I'm here, I spend all my time doing the things that I need to do here. And when I go from here to my home to do other things, I only think in that stuff, not to be all the time like thinking in this and have my head like boom.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
basically, if you're at something, you're doing so, you're focused on that one item.
yeah,
And then if you go with your family, you're focusing on being with them and enjoying time with them.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't only disconnect, but I try to be in that time, in that place. And you said it is too important too, because this is a professional sport. You need to work out at the gym, you need to prepare, you need to eat good food, like have a nutritionist. My wife is a nutrology, so she helps me with all that stuff. But when we travel and that things, it's difficult also with the food. But we try to make the best effort to be in shape, to be prepared, to be strong, and also to be the best doing the sport.
Yeah. And so you discussed of like how you are mentally, how you, what would you recommend to like kids? Because I mean, I've been with you in Dallas and I've seen where
Yeah.
kids just get excited for you and, oh, it's Kiki Jimenez. And then, you know, now you're with the team of Soyate and you hear them chanting that, they get excited. Like, how do you manage that? And what do you tell those kids? And how does that make you feel?
I describe that for me like amazing. It's like some something that I never expect, because when I was a kid, I saw, I don't know, many charros, and I said, oh, if I can only talk with him, and now is with me. The kids want to be with me. The kids want to take a picture with me, and that is incredible. That is like an amazing thing that I never imagined happened to me. So uh, it's very difficult also that, because I need to be like an idol for them. So I need to take care of what I do, what I say. It's difficult, but it's part of.
It's part of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, and I think over the years that I've seen it, you know, haven't been born into charrería such as yourself, but I've seen the difference now in charrería from just Mexico and then now in the U.S. I think charrería is growing a lot in the U.S. And how do you feel about that? The sport is now reaching there, and do you enjoy doing charro events over there, or what's your thoughts on that?
Yes, I have a thought that the things that they or you do, all the people in the U.S. are things that are well done. You know? Like you do it, the things good. So I'm like excited to see how the charrería is growing in the U.S., because I think you're gonna make it great. Because if here in Mexico is a beautiful sport, I think that with the time in the years you will make it great. All the people in there. So when I go and see all the people like we want more charrería, we want Enrique Jimenez, we want more idols coming here, I get excited because I like that stuff. I like the charrería is growing that much in the U.S.
Yeah, it's something very beautiful. Last year, we took a couple of our camera crews to San Luis to see you when you won for the
Yeah.
third time, And that was the biggest thing for me. Like, I know how much I love this sport and just this way of life, and I love to promote it and tell people about it. But our creative director for Espejo Media, I caught him one time just like in awe. And I said, "You see what's wrong?" He goes, "What happened? What happened?" I said, "Nothing. But look how excited you are. Look how happy you are. Like, this is what we need to put in a bubble and throw it to America, and let them see it, because it's energy, You're here and it's just energy." And I think that's what you're saying, is that's what's there. And once we could learn, because right now the Americans are learning this sport, because this is the national sport of Mexico, and we're learning how things are done here. And I think one of the words I like to use, amplify. We want to amplify what you're doing here with all the charros and take it to America. And I think that'll be something very, very nice.
Yes, because the sport is beautiful. I think that here in Mexico, we need to expand it, and I think that in the U.S. you can make it like more like a show. Like, we don't know how to sell it, and in the U.S. I think that it could happen. It could be like great. It could be like NFL, like NFR, like, I don't know, like the FIFA. I have the idea that the United States can do that, to make an amazing sport with a show, and know how to sell it to the people, and know how to go to other places that the charrería, that they don't know how is the charrería, how is the sport, and the people can learn more.
And I really believe people are hungry for it.
Yeah.
Because it's a culture, it's something beautiful, and you said it's not just beautiful when you see the people, but it's storytelling.
Yes.
The charrería was back in the day when they had the haciendas, and how people would compete with each other. People like to hear this story. People want to know what is it about, and I really believe this, and I'm excited to help with it in any way I can. Some people think, well, I don't want to change nothing. I just want to push it, amplify what we're doing here in Mexico, and show people in America, and learn from them too. Learn, hey, how can we communicate to everybody of what this beautiful story is?
Yes, and you say it's still a beautiful sport with a big story of many years ago, since my grandparents, I don't know, many times, that has a story of why we do these things, the suertes. It's not only that one guy said, "Oh, let's make this." Yeah. No, it's a story. It's why we do this. So that's important part, to the people, to tell it them.
Yeah. So if there was someone, let's just say this podcast was heard around the world, and there's Mexicans or Americans that travel that believe and they carry the charrería with them. What is something you would say, hey, I want you to know this about the charrería? What's that one message that Kiki Jimenez would have to tell them, or just so they knew? What would be the message from Kiki Jimenez?
Well, I think it can be that the sport is a very nice sport. It's not a sport that you can, well, I don't know which sport, but I can say that there are sports that you can do other things like drugs, alcohol, I don't know, but I think this sport is very important to maintain that is a sport that I have a nutrology, I do my workout, I train every day, and I prepare myself, my mentality, with books, with a psychology, to be a great people. It's like a formation.
Okay.
I don't know, that's for me is the greatest thing that I think that the charrería do for me.
Yeah.
To be a great human being.
Yeah, and I think that's really nice. And to me, one of the things, it was maybe like 3 weeks ago, we were at a lunch,
Yeah.
And we were watching a charrería, and there was one of the charros made a mistake, and he made the mistake at the moment of when the horse was not itself, was jumping around, and he caused the loss of points for his team.
Yeah.
And my response to you was like, no, pues it happens, it's a mistake, it's not his fault. And it was weird but exciting to me see you at that moment, because I could see you like, but Pacho, he's a professional. He can't make that mistake then.
Yes.
He has to understand this pressure then. And like, you just can't do it. And then you're like, for me, I was looking at like, then you realize, hey, we're at a lunch having a good time, and you were like yourself again. But it was cool because it's like a part that you can turn the like, I'm an athlete, that guy shouldn't make that mistake. You're not allowed to make, and that sounds silly.
That's the word, that you are not allowed to do it.
Period. I mean, it's and that's what some people don't realize. And yes, they're called suertes for a reason. Maybe the rope pops. Maybe the horse is not doing just as good as that horse was doing last week. But it was something to me that I've seen these events. I've seen more charrerías in Mexico than I have in the U.S. But it was a learning tool for me. Like, I went back and I talked to my team and I said, guys, that's just not in charrería. That's in everyday life. If my job is to do podcast or media for people, well, that's what I can't mess up.
Yeah.
I have to focus. And that's what I learned from that simple view in the Kiki zone, if I could call it that.
Yeah.
Of like, he can't mess up. It's his fault. And I can see that. And
I always say this, that if you're gonna do something, you need to do it great. If not, don't do that. It's simply like that.
Yeah.
There's a percentage, a little percentage, I don't know, like 20% of what you said, the suerte, the horses, all the things that could happen. But the other 80% is you, and you can't have a mistake. You can fail because you're a professional. If you say you are a professional, you need to know how to solve it. If you don't know how to solve it, you are not a professional.
And so I love the answers, by the way, so thank you.
Yeah.
But one other things I wanted to ask was a couple more things, was like, you being a professional, you've talked about you, right? But right now you're also the captain for El Soyate.
Yes.
How is that? Is that another mentality? Is that a way that you have to see your teammates, not only the teammates, the people that are taking care of the horses? Like, how do you manage all that? You're saying, hey, I have to be perfect, so you got to be perfect. But then, how do you manage being a captain? How do you manage talking to the people? How do you do it how do you manage?
It's difficult because it's more time, more responsibilities, but I said it, I'm a professional, I can't. So I need more time, but I can do it. I love
The challenge.
Yeah, I love the challenge.
The pressure, it sounds like.
This is a challenge for me, and I accept it, and I'm happy because of that. So I love this. I love being here, see the horses, see the team, the people, the caballerangos with the horses, saying, do this for me, do this for the team. We need to do this. It's because I need to be the best, and I need to make my team the best. So it's two different things becoming one.
Yeah.
So it's more responsibilities. It's difficult, but I can.
and that's where that was just talk. It's like another topic that Peter, our creative director, we saw. So when you do the manganas, it's it's piales. Perdón. When you do the piales, it's just not one person. You get down, take care of the saddle. It's a team, and to me, that's honestly one of my favorite parts, because you're timed. You have to make sure the saddle's correct. You have to do this. You have to make sure your soga is correct,
Yes.
and all these things. So you have 4 or 5 people all going, and there's other teams around you.
Yeah.
And one thing can go wrong. If the guy drops all the pieces and messes them up, and you lose time, and then you get your points, and then you could lose the whole match.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's my favorite part. Is just watching the coordination of people. But like you said, it's a challenge.
Yes.
And that's why it's a team. Like, it's just not one person, yes, I think it's a blessing to have you on the Soyate. It's a great thing for the Soyate, but it's a team. It's everybody has to work together.
Yes, it's like the pits in the cars, no?
Yeah.
When you're in a career, you go to the pits, and then all the people are like, it's the same stuff in here. You can't fail, you can't do a mistake, because we are professionals. So we need to do it great, and you need to be better day by day, and then you become the best.
So I just think it's cool because you say it like if it's like for me to be the best, it'd be very hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I try. But we talked about the team. How about like accidents? You know, I see you have your hand bandaged up.
Yeah, I get injured my
Can you talk a little about the
Yeah.
accidents and how you deal with it and what's happened with you now?
Yeah, this is an accident that happened like 15 days ago in a charreada here at Tlajomulco. I was doing manganas a caballo, and when I catch the mare, I put the rope in the saddle, and my finger is inside, so it burns because of the rope, and then I quickly get it out, but it's too late.
But you still have your finger.
Yeah, and that's good. So you need to be concentrated in that time, because if no, you can lose a finger, you can lose a hand, and there's accidents.
Yeah.
Accidents
And that's
happen.
happened in the
Yeah,
charrería.
that happened.
Yeah.
You are not exempt of that.
Yeah.
So, and this one was training here at the lienzo. I was doing manganas a pie, and when I catch the mare, I do the quadrille. I take the rope here, and when I was taking to the other hand behind of me, the a vuelta comes in my hand.
So the knot
Second
when you
hand,
try,
and then there got like
swollen.
yeah.
So you broke a bone. It sounds like.
Yeah, then I continue training with a lot of
Pain.
pain, but then I said, no, this is not okay. So I go to the doctor, they take an x-ray, but it's broke my bone here. It's a hand bone, and it's
Is this your
broke.
first ever broken bone in your body?
No, I have this one when I was young, but yes, only that too.
Yeah.
I'm blessed.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. So that's good. So to take it off a little bit about being a professional, maybe just a little bit more of Kiki Jimenez. So we're gonna do some quick questions. So you just gotta be ready for it. You can answer in English and Spanish,
Okay.
French. I know you know a little bit of French. What's your favorite food?
Sushi.
Sushi.
Yeah.
Favorite TV show?
I don't know. Soyate TV.
Way to go. Favorite movie?
My favorite movie, I have many, but I like the series of Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan? Oh.
Yeah, I don't know, the Last Dance.
The Last Dance.
It's a series, but I love that.
That's a good
that
one.
Series.
Okay. So we said favorite food. Well, how about favorite? You've traveled a lot. I know you have. How about
Yeah.
favorite state in the United States?
You want me to say Texas?
Of course.
Well, in the United States, Texas and California, but in all the world, I think Mexico is so beautiful because of the nature here. I have just go to Europe, and it's also amazing. I went to Dubai. It's amazing. I love all the cultures of the world. I love traveling.
Okay.
That's one of my biggest hobbies.
So that was my next thing. What's your
Yeah.
besides charrería, besides eating properly and staying focused? What was one of your hobbies? So your hobby would be traveling.
Yeah, traveling and doing sport like team roping. I do a lot of sport here, but I love the team roping at the rodeo. I love to play paddle. With
Do you
my
like playing
friends.
paddle?
Yeah, paddle.
I just started.
Yeah.
I'm amazing.
It's good. I play with Andres and Poncho, and
Is it
yeah,
pretty good?
I like it.
Who's the best one?
Yeah, Andres.
Really?
Andres
Okay, I'm gonna have to
Good.
challenge Andres.
Yeah.
I'm not that good, but I think I could maybe beat him. No, that's
Yes.
awesome. So, what else? What's your favorite place to take your wife on a date? What's your favorite restaurant? You can't say sushi.
Well, a place of sushi here in Guadalajara, but I love a place here that is called La Madalena. It's a good restaurant. I like it.
Okay.
I like it a lot.
So I know you do travel out with the team. What would you have to pick? You have three options: Sonic, Whataburger, or In-N-Out.
You know that answer. You already know it.
Maybe you're gonna change your mind.
No.
I want the world to know. Kiki Jimenez likes
In-N-Out. In-N-Out is my favorite burger in the world, and it's the only one I eat because I take care of my body. That's the only hamburger I eat. The In-N-Out, and that's it. I don't eat hamburgers.
It
only
sounds
that
like we
ones.
need to talk to In-N-Out, get your sponsorship.
Yeah.
The only burger
I
that
need In-N-Out sponsor.
that'd be awesome. You know, the Charro Completo Mexico only eats
I
In-N-Out.
have one here of one sponsor. I put the In-N-Out here.
Yeah. That would be awesome. Well, Kike, like I said, this was just, I wanted a conversation. I wanted to know what it is to be an athlete. Do you have anything else to tell? You want to say anything before we cut it off today?
No, I'm honored to be here. It's a pleasure to take this conversation, and I only want to people know what's charrería and that they could love it as I love it.
Well, thank you so much, Kike. I really appreciate your time. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to our first episode here on Los Gallitos. Thank you, and God bless. Chido, güey. Muchas gracias.
No la cagué tanto, eh?
No, it was perfect. It was perfect. It was great.
Are the ones that I use for doing charrería.
Do you always take all of them with you, or do you come out here, you pick, you work them out, and see which
Yeah.
ones you take?
Yes, I need to tell you, but because of the importance of the charreadas, I take one horse or another horse. So I need for one charreada, I need two horses, one for piales, one for manganas a caballo. So I take two horses per charreada per weekend, and if it's like pitayo that are four charreadas, I need to get four horses, five horses, because there are too many charreadas one day and then the other day and then the other day, and they need to take like a break.
Yeah.
Their horses too.
So you're saying, so if I'm saying it correctly, so just for you, you need 4 or 5 horses. We haven't
Yeah.
talked about yet the guys doing colas. We haven't talked about the other guy. So how many horses do you guys end up, like the whole team taking?
For example, for a charreada of one day or one weekend, we take 11 horses and 7 mares for the manganas. But like the one of this weekend that just passed, we take 17 horses and 15 mares. So we need two trailers to transport all that amount of horses. So I take for this weekend 4 horses. The guys that do colas, they take 2 horses per man. So
That's
there are
6.
6 horses. For mine, there are 10. Then the 2 to arrear paso, other 2. The one they do the paso, 1. The one we arrear in them, there are 3. And another one for paso, there are the 17 horses.
So it's
Yeah.
it's legitimately an operation.
Yeah,
Just to get the
yeah.
horses there. You can't just get there and, hey,
Yeah,
that's
and there are also like us. There are more professional horses. They are new horses that can become professional in a time. But they are like, this is my best horse nowadays for doing piales, and the best for doing manganas are that one. So I need to see every weekend which horse I can use, because if I always use only this one, I will mess it up, because the horse can get hurt of here, and it can also be nervous because of every weekend, and the travels we do, they become to get sick, and it's difficult. So we
So
need to.
that's like another thing we haven't touched much on. It's not just so much the health and the care of the riders or the teammates. It's also the care and what
Of
you
the
guys
horses,
of the
yeah.
horses.
Yes, they are like our tools, because if we don't have good horses in the best conditions, we can do we can do it great. We can't do it.
Yeah.
That's simply we
Period.
can't. We
So
need them.
that's I would say that's another team that
Yes,
you have to manage. Just the team of the people managing the horses. Is that
yes.
correct?
The team of the horses and the team of the people that manage the horses. There are two, like three teams in one. The horses, the people that manage the horses, and the teammates, the teammates of the.
And how many you said that because some charrerías it's a longer tournament, so that happens. You know, you're gonna charrear maybe 4 times in a weekend.
Yeah,
How many charreadas do you go to in let's just say in a month? I mean,
it depends, but for example, this year it's a lot. In January we have like 12 charreadas. If you
12 events.
Yeah, 12 events. If you think uh, 3 per week,
Oh wow.
it's a lot. It's a lot. Uh, we were too tired, but uh, now in March is the same, like 12. We will not go this weekend because of my hand. I will rest this week, but if not, 12 charreadas per
Oh,
month.
and where did I haven't asked you this question. I don't know this question. I think I have an answer. What you're gonna answer? What's your favorite lienzo to charrear at?
I'm between two. I love to be in Pitayo.
Mm-hmm.
That's an amazing uh, lienzo, and also I like a lot the event of Millonario,
Oh yeah.
because it's a lot of people, the best charros, the best horses, the best ganado, the best of all you see there. So it's amazing to go to that championship.
That's nice. That's the one I haven't been to, but I'm planning this year
Yeah.
to make sure I make time to go to this one. This is your office.
Yes. Yes. That's my CEO.
This is CEO.
Yes,
funny.
the receptionist. I don't know.
The secretary.
Yeah. So this is my team, my
That's
horses, and like my family. I need to take care of them.
Yep. And then there's someone I see with you all the time, and I forget his name. What is the gentleman's name that always helps you with like the ropes and stuff? That always.
Yeah, his name is Toko.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about him?
Yes, Toko. That's my family, literally. Uh, he came to work to my family when I was like 4 years old.
Oh wow, so you've known him for a while.
Yeah, he was 14 years old. Yeah, when he came to my family, so he know me, all of me, and I know all of him. So that's my biggest support in the sport, because he helped me with the ropes, he helped me with the horses, he helped me with the saddles, he helped me,
Is it safe to say, or can I say this? And I'm asking, Kiki Jimenez, is Kiki Jimenez with also Toko, is he part of you?
Yeah, it's part of me. It's part of me.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I told you, it's a team. It's a big team. I can't do it alone. I need my team.
That's awesome. And you mentioned these horses, that's just a lot of feed. That's a lot
Yeah.
I was just thinking about how many horses.
Yeah, it's a lot of the feed, the
I mean, just the maintenance of just one horse is a lot. Now, just this side.
multiply it. Yeah, it's a lot. So, but well, I need them. I need them because it's part of my work. I need to have them. I need to feed them. I need them.
That's good. That's good. And do you? One of the things I don't know the process of it. So, These horses, I'm thinking of maybe from the ages of 7 to 12, 7 to 10, or what's like the prime ages of horses that you enjoy? Is question one.
Yeah. I don't know. There's not an age because I always said I liked young horses, like this one. It's a baby. He's big and huge because he's perched on with cuarto de milla, but he's a year ago. He have only a year.
That
yeah.
horse is 1 year old?
1 year old.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, 1 year old. So he's big.
Yeah. What's his name?
Zeus.
Zeus.
It's brother of him and another one that I have there. But I always say I like young horses like this one. I have them since he was like him, and I do all what he knows to do. He learned from me.
Yeah.
From me. And so I have them since he was a baby. So now he has like 6 years old, and that's an age I love. But since I told you that, that's my best horse of Piales, and it's 18 years old. So
Wow. So that, but what I'm seeing here is like, okay, we have an 18-year-old horse, we have a
Yeah.
6-year-old horse, we have a 1-year-old horse.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming when this horse is 3 or 4, you already have another. It's like I'm assuming
yes,
it's like a
that's
system.
that's my system. That's my
So there's always horses coming.
yeah. Horses and horses and horses and horses, because if one can't go that weekend, I have another, and if not, I have another.
Yeah.
I need to do it because they are alive and they can't do.
So do you like going horse shopping? I mean, is that things to
Yeah.
say? Like,
horse shopping? Yeah, it's expensive, but I
yeah,
love
I was
it.
going to say
I love it.
more expensive than
Yeah.
other people's vices.
Yeah. It's too expensive.
Yeah. One of the things, and we talked about the horses. We haven't talked about your teammates yet, and I wanted to just give you some more quick questions on your teammates. You know, who's the most serious teammate that you deal with?
I don't know.
You know, like, and do you think who's the most serious and who's the most funniest?
Serious, I think maybe Popillo. Yeah. And the funniest, well, I don't know, Arturo or Andres, Poncho. But they are all.
Who eats the most? Who's the one that has to always be eating?
Cone and Poncho.
Oh, yeah.
And they are so slim. I don't know how. Yeah.
That's funny. Who's the one that gets to the earliest always?
Me.
That's a trick question.
Yeah. Yeah, me, because I'm the captain, so I need to
Set
do
the
great.
example.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Well, Kiki, thank you for showing me your stables. It's an honor. I know this is your first interview in English. I think that's great, and I think that's just more showing what the charrería can do in America. I mean, this is something out of your comfort zone, one could say.
Yeah.
But hey, you're doing it, and you're doing it pretty darn good.
Yeah.
So,
I told you I love the challenge. So
well, thank you so much. I really
Thank you.
appreciate it. Yes, sir. Thank you.